Hello, welcome to my March TBR. It is also my Realmathon TBR. I'm so excited for Realmathon. It was my favorite readathon last year, and I am so excited to do it again. I'm part of Team Ravens, obviously. I have a lot of things that I do need to read to this month. I'm going to play my game as normal, but also tell you how many points that it's going to qualify for Realmathon, just as a little fun bonus thing. Let's go with Roll Run. My game was so nice to me last month. I have a feeling it's not going to be as nice to me this month. Random number generator, number of pages. I went between 200 and 500 and I got 489. I always say within like 5 to 10 pages, and this is 484 pages, so I'm counting it. This is The Bone Shard Daughter by Andrea Stewart. It's the first book in the Drowning Empire trilogy, and it's been on my TBR for quite a while now. The Emperor's reign has lasted for decades. His mastery of bone shard magic powering the animal-like constructs that maintain law and order. But now his rule is failing, and revolution is sweeping across the Empire's many islands. When the Emperor refuses to recognize his daughter as heir to the throne, she vows to prove her worth by mastering the forbidden art of bone shard magic. Yet such magic carries a deadly cost. That sounds good to me. I don't remember if it's sapphic, but I think that it might be. It is a completed trilogy, which is great. I have the first two, I believe, but I will definitely only be getting to the first one this month. My month is so stacked. For you. Okay. Horror. Oh wait, Nick's picks. So Nyx picked She Who Became the Sun. She got pushed a little bit, but I don't think she understood what was happening. It's her first time playing the game, so she'll get better at it, I promise. But she did pick She Who Became the Sun by Shelley Parker Chan. Kind of Mulan inspired in the sense that she has to pretend to be a man and fight in a war. And I'm also pretty sure that this is sapphic. This is a historical fantasy reimagining of the rise of the Ming Dynasty's founding emperor, Zhu Wanzhang. The story follows Zhu, a young woman who assumes her deceased brother's identity after her family dies. Told from alternating perspectives, the book explores themes of rebellion, revenge, fate, and ambition. That sounds great. That sounds like something I will love. 5. Storygraph. Okay. And it is from Blood and Ash. I've had this forever and I've heard such mixed things. I think that this is going to just be such a silly, fun, romantic-y time. I know we only get the POV from the girl Poppy, I think her name is. And I'm kind of excited for that. It's a romantic-y. It's really popular, or like hate popular, I guess. And yeah, excited to have her on my TBR. Okay, that one is horror, and I will be picking Blood on Her Tongue by Johanna Van Veen. This is about two sisters, one of whom is kind of just chilling, just hanging out, and the other one is like crazy. She is going insane. She has this strong hunger, and everyone's like, hey girl, we are gonna put you in an insane asylum because we cannot have all of that happening. And the sister's like, oh my god, no, she's not crazy, she's just possessed. Let me prove it to you, it's totally fine. And I'm excited to get to it. I haven't read from Johanna Van Veen, but I've heard good things. Another horror. That's also totally fine. I'm going to be picking Something in the Walls by Daisy Pierce. This is about a child psychologist who just can't get a job, so she takes on this little girl who thinks she's being like haunted by a witch, and I'm assuming that they're gonna do some home demo, some home reno, and figure out what the fuck is in the walls, because there's like there's the peeling of the wallpaper, so I'm assuming they're gonna get in there or something's gonna get out of there. Either way, very creepy. 1, 2. Facts, meaning a nonfiction, and I am trying to read a nonfiction every month, so I would have to do this anyway. And I'm going to be picking up Jesus and John Wayne by Kristen Cobes Dumais. How White Evangelicals Corrupted a Faith and Fractured Nation. This is about how white evangelicalism kind of melded with the Republican Party and how that is destroying America. Very topical. Fantasy, so easy. I have a lot of fantasy that I want to read this month. And for this one, I'm going to be picking The Witch Who Trades with Death by C.M. Alongi. This was sent to me by Angry Robot Books, and it comes out on March 11th. It is about a young witch forced to play concubine for her empirical captor, finally breaks free to find a life of her own. But even those powerful enough to call death cannot outrun their past. A bewitching new epic adventure peppered with a spellbinding cast of characters and a burgeoning romance. I do love whatever genre of cover this is, where it's like kind of rot horror-y. I'm into it. A 5-star prediction from our wild cards. I think The Girl with All the Gifts could be a 5-star book. This is actually a zombie book, and I feel like we don't get those a whole lot anymore, but I'm very excited for it. Every morning, Melanie waits in her cell to be collected for class. When they come for her, Sergeant Parks keeps his gun pointing at her while 2 of his people strap her into the wheelchair. She thinks they don't like her. She jokes that she won't bite, but they do not laugh. And my best friend loves this book. She's a big zombie book girl, but I'm excited to get to it. Less than 300 pages. I have a lot of those, but Nyx, it's not time for you yet. I am going to be picking Don't Sleep with the Dead by Nevo. This is a queer Great Gatsby retelling. It's a novella. It's set in a larger world that I believe Nevo writes in. However, you can read it as a standalone. I will be reading it as a standalone, so I hope that that's true. But I love this cover. I love an anatomical heart. There's just something about it. And she's just gorgeous. This could be our last roll. That could have been our last roll. New to our TBR. I am going to be picking Space Brooms by A.G. Rodriguez for this one. This is about a space janitor. All of his prospects have basically not gone the way that he was hoping that they would, so he is a space janitor. But fear not, for he finds a data chit, which is very valuable, but unfortunately, because it is so valuable, everyone else wants it too. So he has to round up this kind of group, this ragtag bunch, in order to be able to sell off this data chit. And obviously these people are not, you know, normal working class people. They are criminals or criminally adjacent, and they have to help him get this data chit to where it needs to go. And I'm just very excited. I think it's going to be a very fun read. And we're out of the graveyard. Huzzah. That sounds good to me. I don't remember if it's sapphic, but I think that it might be. It is a completed trilogy, which is great. I have the first 2, I believe, but I will definitely only be getting to the first one this month. My month is so stacked. I also did not finish my TBR from last month. I had one book that I didn't finish. So I think the most effective punishment would just be picking out of my TBR jar, because that would be the most inconvenient thing possible right now for me, because I have my whole reading month planned out. However, we also support chaos around here, so I cheated a little bit because I saw the other one and I want a horror, I think. Taken by Alma Katsu. This was on the last shelf that I looked, but we have it. This is The Taker by Alma Katsu. I actually think I just can't read my own handwriting. True love can last an eternity, but immortality comes at a price. On the midnight shift at a hospital in rural Maine, Dr. Luke Findley is expecting another quiet evening of frostbite and the occasional domestic dispute. until a mysterious woman arrives in his ER escorted by the police. Lenore McIlvray is a murder suspect, and Luke's life is changed forever. Her impassioned account begins at the turn of the 19th century, when an all-consuming love drove her to pay a steep price, an immortal bond that chains her to a terrible fate for all of eternity. I'm pretty sure this is vampires. I also love the cover. Like, that's so pretty. This is my stack. I am hoping to read actually significantly more books than this, but this is a pretty good start. I'm really happy with most of these choices, and yeah, if you made it this far, leave me a sun emoji for She Who Became the Sun. If you've read any of these, please let me know if you've loved them, or even if you've hated them. If you're also doing Ramathon, let me know, and let me know what team you are on. Go Ravens. And yeah, I will see you next time. Have an amazing March, and I will see you next month for another TBR with hopefully no punishments. Bye!